And hey there, this is Juvylinevelasco, and I make videos about call center and outsourcing. In this video, we're going to talk about the most common questions for an interview in a call center. We'll discuss why it's being asked and what are the things to remember and some examples on how you should respond to the following questions. Before we dive in, I want you to remember three things. Number one, be prepared with your tools. If it's a phone interview, be in a place with a strong signal or a good internet connection because you don't want a poor connection to ruin your interview or cause you to getting rescheduled. And for an in-person interview, visit the office before the day or come early to prepare for any potential problems. All right? Number two, be prepared mentally. Learn the jargons or specific terms used in the industry. For example, in BPO, you will hear words like outsource, offshore, call center, cold calling, prospect, leads, voice, and others. So please get yourself familiar to it. I'll drop in the descriptions below the link of those lists. Also, make sure you research the company first before you dive in. Focus on their services, the owner, the mission, because the interviewer might ask you a question like, what do you know about call center? What do you know about customer service? What do you know about BPO? So be prepared for those knowledge questions. Okay? Number three, be ready for your answers. It's okay to memorize answers as long as you understand the main idea. It'll make you stay flexible if things change. And hey, there's nothing wrong with memorized answers for as long as it's fit to the question they're asking. So again, for a successful interview, you need to be prepared when it comes to your tools, be prepared mentally, and be ready with your answers. So let's jump right in. Number one, tell me something about yourself. In this question, the interviewer would like to know general information about you. So feel free to talk about your education, your skills, work experiences, or even your hobbies that is personal to you. Interviewer appreciate those applicants who are willing to connect with them. Here's the tricky part of this question. Because it's too broad, there's a lot of interesting stuff you can talk about yourself, and you might respond at random. For example, hi, I'm Juvylinevelasco. I'm Roman Catholic. I'm a single mom with 5 kids. I love politics and sleeping. Remember, avoid sharing those details that could make the interviewer biased. Because what if they're from different religions and they might think it will be hard for them to deal with you because you have differences? Or since you love politics, you might cause a problem at work. I remember I interviewed someone before and he said that he loves sleeping. And it sounds off because nobody hires someone who's just sleepy at work. And hey, it's okay to just sleep. Just don't mention it, okay? Instead, you can say, hi, I'm Juvylinevelasco. I'm from Lucena City, Philippines. I'm graduated from Bachelor of Science in Public Administration. I have 3 years of experience in this industry, and I love reading books in my free time. And I'm very committed at work. Sounds better, right? So, always remember, these are just examples of some basic answer of how you should respond to those type of questions. Customize it based on what you think is more applicable to your situation. Sound good? Number two, tell me something about yourself that's not written on your resume. Ooh, the reason why it's asked because they believe that resume is not enough to see what person is really capable of doing. Maybe you have hidden talent, or they want to know more about you as a person beyond your career or your work. This is a tricky question because what else you could possibly say if you already have written everything in your resume, right? So the secret here is don't put everything in your resume. Let's say don't include your hobbies so you still have remaining topic to talk about. And make sure that when you mention your hobbies, find the right words to make it relevant to the job you're applying for. All right? For example, I love dancing and uploading it on TikTok because it allows me to express myself, meet new people, and share a new experience. Remember, it doesn't matter what experience, skills, or hobbies you have, for as long as you can support it, why it's relevant or connected to your job, that should be good to go. You can also talk about the challenges in your life that you overcame. Remember, you're beyond your resume and there's so many interesting things that you can talk about yourself. So go ahead and make a list of those and relate it to your future job. Make sense? Number 3, what do you know about BPO? In this question, they want to know if you've done your research and you know what you are up to. A lot of people can give the definition of BPO based on the internet, but it's important that you grasp the main idea. So, BPO stands for Business Process Outsourcing. It's a fancy word that is about business providing service to other business. For example, I'm a businessman and I'm the owner of ABC company, and I'm so busy that I don't have time to take care of my schedule. That said, I need an assistant. So what I'm going to do is, instead of me hiring, posting on social media looking for a virtual assistant, I'm going to find a company which is another business who can help me find that virtual assistant. I'll give the task of hiring that person to a BPO company and I'll pay them doing that work. Does that make sense? So you can say BPO is about helping clients to succeed in their business goal. It's where a company hires a third party to do a certain task. Sounds clear? Number 4, what's your weakness? In this question, do you want to see if you're aware of your weaknesses and how you handle that? Avoid saying you have no weaknesses because you might appear arrogant or you're trying to be perfect, and nobody's perfect. Or avoid giving cliche answers like, my weakness is I'm too hardworking or I'm too smart. Mention a real weakness and what you're doing to overcome it. Example, I tend to delay things or I tend to procrastinate, but I've started making schedule to ensure I meet deadlines. Or I easily get pressure, but every time I feel that way, I'm taking a break and pause for a minute to remind myself I can do this. Make sense? Number 5, tell me the time when. Tell me the time when you had a problem at work. Tell me the time when you had an argument with someone. This is what we call a behavioral question. It helps the interviewer to know more about your challenges and how you can handle that. There's no exact question I can guarantee, but know that the interviewer will always ask about the challenges that you had. And there's a great format I can share to you to help you easily answer those type of questions. It's called a STAR method. It stands for situation, task, action, and result. For example, tell me a time when you had to manage multiple tasks or projects. You can say, when I was college or when I worked as a customer service, I had to handle several projects at once, like preparing reports and attending on meetings. My role was to make sure all the projects are finished. To make sure everything works smoothly, I made a schedule and set priorities to solve the problems quickly. I completed all projects on time, got positive feedback, and made our work more efficient. Did you see that? By applying a STAR method in this type of questions, you can be more flexible and concise. There you have it, the 5 most common interview questions in applying for a call center agent role. If you want a part 2 for this, let me know and I'm more than happy to share it with you. I hope you find this lesson to be helpful. If you did, please be sure to give a thumbs up and share the tips with your friends. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next time.